with the flow.
Can't forget about Coach Bergen. Of course. And if you don't got Coach Bergen, you ain't got shit.
What's up, Coach Bergen here, and welcome to the Coach Bergen Show, episode 52. Today's guest is Tommy Despard, better known as Tommy DreamHome.
Here we go. Good timing.
Hey.
Very good timing.
All
How
right.
you doing?
Good. How are you?
Oh, living the dream. Living the dream. It's a nice sunny day, so I'm happy.
Yeah. I know. I was just gonna say I can see some sunshine on your end too.
Yeah, because there's a sunroom at my house, so like the windows are all like clear, and so the sun just shines right through. But I mean, I know you know how dream homes are, so you've obviously seen that before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. There's gonna be times where I'm probably closing my eyes just because of the sun, but
Yeah, man.
it'll be what it is.
Oh yeah.
Let's
Sounds
start
good.
with a quick word from our sponsor, Montenero Coffee, who has created Coach's Cognitive Coffee, which is going to help us to think clearer without brain fog, have more clarity, allow the mind to be able to, just give you an edge over your competitors. So, Coach's Cognitive Coffee, link will be in the description, and I'll be sure to send you some to try out.
Sounds awesome. I love coffee.
Cool. All right, so let's get into Tommy DreamHome. So I know I came up with that name, but I wanted to ask you how you came up with the name, just to see what you would say.
Yeah, I think it's a great name because ultimately people are trying to find their dream home. So I think it really, as simple as that. When you move or you sell, you want to buy your dream home, and if you sell, you probably got other plans to move to your dream home. So I think it's really fitting on both ends.
Absolutely. At the time, I was just trying to find something that started with a D that could be used in place of Despard, because I didn't want to. I knew I needed to keep the TD, Tommy something, but I didn't want to make it Despard because I needed to have it be something where it's like separated from you, the person, and more you, the realtor.
Exactly. No, that's perfect. People call me Tommy D anyway, so.
Yeah, exactly. So it fit well. And then now, you got the perfect last name for it, Tommy DreamHome.
Yeah.
You can help people find their dream homes.
That's right.
I know we've talked on it before, but since we got the podcast going, let's get into how you got started with selling houses and being a realtor, real estate agent. Which one do you prefer, real estate agent, or which is the terminology we want to use?
Say it again, real estate agent or what?
Do we want to use the term realtor or real estate agent? What's the difference?
Well, so to be a realtor, you have to be on the board of realtors, like the National Association of Realtors, which requires a membership. So you have to pay and you have to meet their criteria, whether it's your training or you got to just be a part of that. So there is a distinguishing factor of that where it's not everybody's a realtor. So there is that sort of prestige, I guess, that you are a realtor if you join the board and, you abide by their rules. And they also have like great training and materials to help realtors on there that you could take advantage. So
okay, so being a realtor, it almost gives you a little bit more credibility in it.
Yes, exactly, 100%. You got that distinguishing factor because that's what you see, that little R with a circle around it. That's what that means.
Okay.
So if you see that on an advertisement or somebody's name, that's they're a part of NAR, the National Association of Realtors.
I'm going to turn around so that way I don't have the sun in my eyes, so I can.
Oh, there you go. Beautiful view.
And now everybody's got a nice outside view.
Yeah.
But all right, so and then obviously, we met initially back in high school through wrestling.
Oh yeah.
So, years ago, over almost 2 decades ago, like long time. But anyways, how did you get started with wrestling?
With wrestling, so I have 2 older brothers that are 8 and 10 years older than me. So when they got into it, I got into it. They started throwing me around, and so let's see. My oldest brother Greg, he got into it. He was close to high school. So I started wrestling, and I was around it very young. So like 6 years old.
Oh wow.
Kindergarten. because at
Okay.
that point my brother Greg was in high school, and then Kurt was a grade behind him. So, I grew up doing the youth thing, and then just traveling around forever to watch my older brothers wrestle, and then eventually me, and then I went back and coached, and then
Yeah.
now I got my nephews in it. So it's been just a huge full circle part of my life, which is awesome. I've been close with such a young age, watching my brothers, and then me finally being there and competing, and then now seeing Kurt's kids who are in high school,
Oh, wow.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
And then now I have two boys, so I wrestle them around the house. So, it's only a matter of time. Now I can be another perspective as a father and as
Oh,
like a
yeah.
coach. So
And
it's
then
just
will you
crazy, and
be
I'm
coaching
grateful.
them when they start wrestling in high school? Will you coach?
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see where they go. My brother Kurt is the Agawam youth coach, so sometimes I'll take Thomas, my oldest, over there and get on the mat, which is full circle again. That's where I started youth wrestling, in the
Oh,
same room
wow.
on the same mats
Okay.
where my brother's coaching. So
Wow.
it's really
That
cool and
is
special.
very full circle. Very full
Yeah.
circle. All
Yep.
right. Cool. Um, so let's get into some fan questions because I got a whole list of them for you that from a while ago. So this is the first one. Dear Tommy DreamHome, my old mansion is stuffed with antique clocks I've collected for 50 years. They chime all willy-nilly and buyers run away screaming. I want to sell so I can move to a cozy retirement home, but I need the new owners to promise to feed my ghost hunting cats forever. What the fuck is this? Can you find someone who loves spooky felines and loud TikToks?
Oh my
Ethel
gosh.
Barrington, 98. Okay.
Hey, we can put that detail in the listing and see what people think.
All right.
That way people can be notified of that ahead of time, of that unique and peculiar um, thing you got going on there. And then people, if they show up, they'll know that ahead of time.
Quite an environment, Do you think that
Yeah.
people would be able to deal with the alarm clocks going off, or would you have to get rid of the clocks at that point?
Everybody's different, but who knows? Maybe people, if they're antiques, maybe they're worth some money. So
It might be worth some
it's
money.
maybe that seller should look into it first, getting
That
rid of
would
them.
actually probably be a better idea then.
Yeah, get some more money to buy your new dream home with those clocks.
Yeah, there you go.
You know?
There you go. Especially if they're antiques.
Exactly.
All right. Let's find another dumb question. Dear Tommy DreamHome, my farmhouse has a secret speakeasy from the Prohibition days with hidden whiskey bottles that keep attracting nosy urban explorers. I'm selling to fund my skydiving dreams, but I'm scared the bootlegger's ghost will haunt the new owners. Can you find a buyer who's brave enough? What the fuck? These are some dumb questions from people.
Where are these people from? That's
They're
how come-
online, bro. So I'm guessing these are all kind of troll questions. Because
up in
why are
Granville.
they ghosts? Why are they ghosts? I don't know how they're whatever.
We might have to
All right.
disclose that if there's ghosts there.
Yeah. How will you know if there's ghosts though? That's the thing. Are we gonna have to
Get ghost
have it
hunters in there.
detected? Is it gonna have to? I don't know how to tell if there's ghosts.
I don't know. Well, I'll go check it out. I'll let you know what I think.
All right. Thank you.
Send me,
And,
yeah.
the
Tell
fan will
that
have
fan
to.
if you're out there to go. Send us your location.
Send us your location, and we'll go check it out and see if there's any ghosts, and then we'll see if we can, sell the house. All right. That sounds good. Sounds good. All right. Next one. My estate has a backyard roller coaster I built in the 50s for my kids, but it's rusty and against the rules to keep up now. I'm selling it to buy a submarine for underwater adventures, but I want buyers to keep the roller coaster alive. Can we find someone to keep it up? Thanks, Hank.
Wow, Hank.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we can see. People
That's
may
pretty
look
cool
at
that
it.
there's a roller coaster in the backyard, though.
My one concern is safety and how much it's going to take to keep it going, and then have to get it inspected and make sure people can actually use it, and then the cost with that. That's what people are going to be thinking. So
Yeah, but
people may not want your dream to go alive,
in your backyard, you might be able to charge admission and start to, make it pay for itself, right?
Yeah.
Like an amusement park. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. As long as it doesn't cost too much to do that, people may be interested in giving that a shot.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably a safety hazard too, though, if anybody gets hurt or something breaks. So,
Of course,
you're
yeah,
gonna
it'll have
want
to
to get
be
it checked out, inspected, and safety proofed and all that.
exactly.
Maybe put a foam pit underneath, like, on the grass, so that way if you fall, you're good.
Yeah, if they'll allow that,
Yeah,
yeah.
if they'll allow it. I mean, I don't know what the state will allow, what the town will allow. Every place has different rules and whatever, right?
Exactly.
So,
That is true.
all right, cool. Let me see if I can find another question that's not like absolutely ridiculous.
Okay.
All right, here's one. What's the most unexpected hobby or passion you have outside of work?
Most unexpected, is that a word? Is that what was
Yeah,
that in there?
unexpected or
Hmm.
most unexpected hobby or passion that you have outside of work.
Unexpected, I guess that could vary on what people think, but I guess I can just some of my hobbies, which are nothing crazy, no roller coasters or ghost hunting, but
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to getting into some ghost hunting. However, I'm not doing it yet. My hobbies include golf. I really like golf, and with this weather, the sun being out, and then I see this coming weekend is going to be 68. I don't know if you saw that on your phone.
Okay.
It looked like a crazy outlier, but my first thought was golf season's coming. So
Okay. Good. As soon as
yeah,
the snow clears up,
yeah,
Um,
I'm excited to do that in the near future, and then going to the gym and exercising always been a big part of my life. I like doing that, and then playing music, play the acoustic guitar. I have a drum set I want to set up again. I haven't played in forever, but I have one. Making music, and then
okay.
playing with the kids too is always fun and watching them do new things.
Okay. So that's a lot of things I'm just learning now. I didn't know you golfed and I didn't know you played guitar.
Yeah,
And it sounds like you drum a little bit too.
yeah. That's what I first started off doing when I was a kid. I wanted to get a drum set, and then I used to play at school in the mornings in the music teacher's room. I used to go there early and play there, and then he let me take the drum set home once, and then I ended up getting my own drum set, and then I
Okay.
played for a little bit with my friends. We would always jam out.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, but I just gotten away from it now. I could set it back up in my basement. So I was just
Mm.
talking about that with my wife the other day. That would be fun. Maybe get the
Yeah.
kids their little drum set too, so they can play around too.
Okay. And then you'll have like a family band with your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice.
Not enough of them. We could really make it.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then, you'll get more insurance and more kids and you just continue growing it. And
Exactly.
yeah, there you go. That'll
Yeah.
be I'm trying to think of a clever way to phrase it, taking Dream Home but applying it to the
A
band name,
band.
but
Yeah.
Dream Band. I don't know.
Exactly.
Tommy Dream Band.
Yeah.
And all right. If you could have any superpower to make your life easier, what would it be and why?
Maybe this just comes to the top of my head without thinking too much into it. The ability to speed clean the house with the
Okay.
kids. It gets dirty all the
Your
time.
own house.
And if you notice, I'm saying this, notice
Yeah.
I'm saying this on a Sunday too, when I got, stuff to do around the house. But things, as, make my life easier, being able to just say, look at a room with, say, if I had the superpower and just everything that I think about that needs to be done could be boom, done. Whether it's folding the laundry, putting it away, and doing that in every room, that would make
Like
my
it
life
could be
easier.
done just through thought as
Through
opposed to
thought and
action.
speed. Exactly. Like looking at a pile of clothes,
Okay.
and those need to be folded and put away.
Okay. So it would be
Every room.
like the Chat GPT of cleaning your house.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. And then, but it would have to be just thought, not like you have to type it out and tell somebody else what you want. You just have to think it.
If I gotta type it out,
it's
and it'll be,
done.
I can type it out too. I'm a pretty fast typer, so if
Okay.
I gotta put it in somewhere, I can.
Yeah, but
But
we need to make it easier. We need to make it as
but
easy as
if
possible,
we're talking
right?
superpowers, then
There's no
then
limits on
just
superpowers. So, if you can just think it, you can just, it's way better to just do it that way
that
instead of
would be
typing it.
cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool, and that would be helpful
Okay.
for
So I
everyone.
would think as a realtor, what might be good would be like if you could read minds.
Oh, as a realtor, yes.
Yeah.
So
Because that would help with the sales aspect, and then it would tell you kind of where people actually are as opposed to where they're saying they are. And I feel like, there's probably a lot of like deceit in where people will put up a kind of a front, and I know you told me
there's
one
a
story about it, and
yeah, oh yeah, definitely. And there's a lot of ambiguity
mm,
when sometimes there doesn't need to be, like people withholding information when they should be disclosing things. So being able to see through that. But from a real estate standpoint, I think it would be cool from a superpower to, I guess, give my buyers what they need, like to be able to give them as much money as they need to buy the house they want. Like we're taking the money aspect out of it, like putting them in a dream home. The
uh-huh.
what's the barrier to that is typically funds, right? That's what keeps people back from getting the house they want is funds and competition. So if I could have a superpower to give them the funds and eliminate the competition,
So how about even better? Just
respectfully
then
eliminate
eliminate
them.
the money from the equation. What if you had the superpower to just create the dream home wherever they want it? And
Yeah,
it's in their name. They don't even like no funds required. You can just think their dream home based off the conversation, what they're telling you, and then it just instantly creates.
yeah, it builds it. That would be cool.
Okay, there you
Yeah,
go. Saving some steps, saving some time,
yeah,
and giving people their dream homes.
yeah.
All right. What's a memorable life lesson you learned growing up that still sticks with you?
Well, I would say it still sticks with me. My dad, he always told me to do the right thing. You ask my brothers, one thing that sticks with us that we learned at a young age, and it's do the right thing. And I think that applies whether you're a kid and you're learning and you're growing up and you're exposed to just different situations as a teenager, whatever it may be, and even as an adult, as you get through stressful situations in life as a parent and as a worker and employee and just in society. I always was told that, and it's something I think about all the time. And my dad's not here anymore, but we all still, my brothers and I, just I always remember that, and I try to teach my kids that, or I will as they get older. Is just be aware of that thought, no matter the situation you're in. What would be the right thing to do in this situation? Like, be aware of that and try to do that. My dad told me that all the time, like to the point where I was like, okay, I'm like, I know. He'd be like, what are you gonna do? I'm like, I'm gonna do the right thing. I know, but now as a parent, like that's simple, but just like such a good piece of advice.
Mm, for sure, for sure. And it's definitely something that's applicable to literally everybody, can use that and apply it to
Mhm.
their own lives to just do what they see as the right thing. And the
Yeah,
right thing might change based off of the perspective, because that's just kind
yeah,
of how life is sometimes.
yeah,
But, all we can do is do our best to do the right thing, and
exactly.
do the best for ourselves and for others.
Yep.
Um, so I know you've mentioned about your dad passing. Do you want to get into that on this and how you got through it? Because I know that's not an easy thing to go through. I haven't gone through it, thankfully, but like I'm sure that it's very difficult. So do you
Yeah, I
want
mean,
to? Yeah.
yeah. What I'll say about it is, um, it's been a little over 4 years. His birthday was just the other day. He'd be 70 years old, and you know, me and him were super close, and there was nothing left that was unsaid. And I know exactly what he'd want from me at this point in my life without him there. And as a dad myself, it would just be to, carry on. Like it's my time now as a father. Like be appreciative and grateful for how young I am at this point, my health, my ability to just to do whatever I want to do and have young kids. Like that's what he would say. Like appreciate this now. Life's what you make of it. Enjoy it because this is as young as we're ever going to be is right now in this moment. And soon he would always tell me, he's like, wow, he's like, I can't believe he's like, when he was in the 60s, like he just how fast it does go, that youthful feeling does just, eventually you get older. And, so I try to be aware of that, at this point in my life. And yeah, his passing was unexpected. He had something going on with his heart. He was fine the night before. I talked to him the night before and then, and then my mom found him the next morning.
Oh
And
wow.
So, but they had a great relationship, and they were like two lovebirds for 40 years. And, the love that he gave us all is what carries us on, because we all know what he would want from us. So as tough as it is, he just, I'm prepared and to try to lead by a good example like he would want from me, and not to cry about it and sit around. Like, of course I get sad about it, but it's a part of life. And he knew that, death it's going to happen. So instead of freaking out and be sad about it, just try to be as positive as you can, and just be appreciative of who you got, why you got him. And then, the memories and everything he left with me that's what motivates me and drives me forward.
All right. So, do you have advice for anyone else who might be going through that similar situation of losing their father?
I would just say focus on the love that you had with them, and know that they want the best for you. And as easy as, I know it sounds like, oh, well, I'm not going to be sad or anything. It's like, no, realize that you're sad because there was a lot of love there between you and your father or your parent, and that they want the best for you. And to just just try to carry on, and one step at a time, one day at a time, one situation at a time, one feeling at a time. Your feelings, you're going to go up and down, but just try to be grateful for what you do have. And the relationship that you had with your parent. That's all you can do. And then talk to people, right? Don't just sit around and hold it in. Just talk it out with, you got a sibling, your parents, whoever. You got to go to a therapist, like, do that, encourage that, because a lot of times it's easy just to hold it in and just go to drinking, or just things that are going to maybe give you a fake temporary relief. But at the end of the day, the person that you love is still not there, and that's never going to fix it. It's only going to amplify feelings of sadness and depression and all that. So, I would say that.
And I imagine a lot of people in that situation do jump to alcohol pretty quickly, because it seems like, seems like a quick fix. And
of course, let me use this. I get it. I totally get it. I've been sober for almost 6 years now, and I don't even consider that as an option, like, to help me to, I don't want to say help, but as a resource, or whatever people go to that for, for help. Because I know it's not help. It's false. It's, at the end of the day, like I said, your feelings, it is what it is. A person's still going to be gone, and it's just going to amplify those sad feelings, so not a way to go about it.
Yeah. No, you're right. All right. Let's bring back the mood a little bit. And if you could star in any movie genre, what would it be, and what role would you like to play?
I always like war movies. I feel like I'd be a good soldier, like, leading a troop or something,
like Forrest Gump.
No, that's more of a comedy. I don't know, like,
okay,
like Tears of the Sun. You ever see that movie?
No.
Bruce Willis are like a group of Navy SEALs, and they go on like these missions, and like something like that. I think that'd be fun.
All right. So you'd like to fight in a war and
from a movie perspective.
Oh, from a movie perspective. Okay. All right.
Like, if I was an actor in a movie, like you said, like, yeah.
Right. Okay. But in real life, you don't have any desire to go fight in a war.
No, if in real life, I'd like to be in a comedy.
Yeah. No, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, that'd be a lot safer, But, because it's all scripted, I guess it would be fun to be able to play that part and be able to be like that, Rambo kind of badass,
Exactly.
All right, cool. So, next one. What's your go-to comfort food after a long day, and who makes it the best?
I like sushi. So if I'm on the road doing real estate, and I'm in Westfield a lot, and the K Sushi's right there, so I always I'll call something in and pick it up and eat. Get a sushi roll and a little salad. I do that quite a bit.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, we can tag them in this clip and post it. So
yeah, they starting to know me now.
Good.
Yeah. You have to read your phone number to them, and the last time I called in, I read my phone number. It's like, oh, hey, how's it going? I was like, okay, they definitely know I spent a lot of money here.
Yeah. Hey, it's Tommy DreamHome.
Oh, what's up, Tommy? Yeah, I'm like, hey, guys.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously you help people find their dream homes, but do you help businesses find locations as well?
I can.
You
Yeah.
can. Okay.
I've sold a commercial property on the lake here on Congamon Lakes.
Hmm.
Um, there's 3 businesses in there. There's a restaurant. There's 2 restaurants. Then there's like a garage. So I sold that to a guy who's keeping it the way it is, but he's got some other things he works on too. So he's got plans for the marina, but that was my first commercial deal. That was $1 million deal on the lake. That was a good feather in my cap.
Oh yeah,
Just
that's
dealing
awesome.
with good experience, like dealing with commercial buyers. The question's different, right? Instead of just like, okay, what's this house worth, or like, what are we going to offer? Now I got people calling me saying, hey, let me see how profitable these businesses are, right? Let me see what's their rent, how much are they paying you, how much are they making, like, because they're trying to justify the purchase price against how much the businesses are
Right.
producing. So just completely different set of questions, dealing with different types of buyers.
Because they're
So
thinking of it more from an entrepreneurial, investment standpoint,
yep,
where somebody buying a house is looking at it from, I'm going to live here. I want
yeah,
to spend my entire life in this place.
yep. And then when you're buying a house, the seller's leaving. When you got like this property, you got 3 businesses in there with like 3 different
That is
leases.
staying.
So and they got leases. So now if you want to do something coming in, you got to see what's going on with their lease. How long are they going to be there? So just more complex.
Okay. Okay. So you said it's 3 different kinds of leases that, in the different places. So do they end at different times then?
Um, I think a couple of them might have.
Mhm.
Like the restaurants, maybe they might have been on a similar lease, but then there was a guy who had like a business on the other end. Like there's a couple garage bays, and he had something going on there. So yeah, that's different spaces within the building. So depending on the rent will be different, right? So like the bigger restaurant, that's going to be more compared
Right.
to the guy who's got a couple garage bays and no kitchen equipment and nothing like that.
Mm.
You
Okay.
know,
And, so it's more so about what the property and location actually is, because they're seeing it as how much money can I make here,
yeah.
as
So with that,
opposed to anything else.
yep, and that was a really a hot one because it's right on the lake in a really good spot.
What a beautiful day!
It really is.
Perfect weather. And look at that view! Is that our boat down there? Yes, let's go!
That one, the location being on the water, like a lot of people were interested because they're thinking in the summertime the lake's booming. There's a lot of people. So from a restaurant standpoint, they're thinking, wow, if I can own this building,
A lot of foot
You know.
traffic.
yeah, it's just a good building. Because if you own it, then the restaurant owners, they'll be doing good, and you'll just that's what you want. You don't want to have a business that's not making money.
Right. Because they need to be able to pay the rent for you to own the space, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then
So-
yeah, exactly.
and you want it to be profitable all around, as
Yep.
best as possible.
Yep.
All right. So do you prefer to work with like getting people houses or getting real estate for businesses?
Well, 99% of my business is for buyers buying a house, residential. As I've done that, and then this year, I've done another new experience was rentals. So I filled an 11 unit like luxury unit apartment complex in downtown Westfield. It was completely redone. So yeah, the owner, he redid everything in there, beautiful, like granite countertops, new appliances, just everything was done. And then he hired me to fill it. So that was a great experience because I had to learn about, what that process was going to look like for finding tenants. So we did background checks, credit checks, have them fill out initial application, kind of a good screening process. We came up with a good process, and then meeting them in person. And then ultimately it's the owner's decision. So I just was really prepared to be able to do a good job screening up front and present potential candidates to him. And I filled an 11 unit building within like a month and a half. And that was the first time I ever did it. And he's got some solid tenants in there. Yep. So that
Okay.
was cool because now at this point in my career, I've sold a lot of houses. I've filled an apartment complex from a rental standpoint, and then I've sold on both ends $1 million commercial property, which are
Oh,
three,
yeah.
yeah, which are
That's
three
huge.
big parts of real estate.
Absolutely.
Residential, rentals, and commercial.
Okay. So
Yeah.
with the rental properties, do you find that easier or harder than selling a house? I know it's
So
different, but
yeah, it's
I
definitely got
really,
its
yeah.
it's definitely got their trade offs. Like when I posted those listings, those apartment listings online, so many people were reaching out because a lot of people, some people I should say, they don't have necessarily, they're not in a position to purchase. They may not have as much funds saved up. Maybe the credit's a little weaker, whatever it is. Or maybe they don't want to. Maybe they just want to rent. So there was a lot of people that reached out about these. So it was more of just kind of managing the volume that came at me. And it was, I enjoyed it. Like there was a lot of good people that came through. Where buying, when you're working with a buyer, it's just different. You know what I mean? You're going to one house, um,
And
you go to
working
an
with
open
one
house, whatever. You're
person.
scheduling a showing, working
Mhm.
with one person. Um, Whereas the rental, I had to drive there a lot and meet with different people, like a couple times a day. Every day. Hey, can I see Unit 11? Sure. Let me take you there. So that was just probably the hardest part about it all. Was just coordinating showings with different people. Oh, I can see it tomorrow at 12, or this guy can't see it till Thursday at 4. Like trying to make it as smooth and convenient for me as possible and for them.
Mm. Right, right, right. And I imagine that, saying people aren't really in the position to buy houses. Well, some people, aren't really going to be in the position to buy the house. So they're going to be more likely to want to rent because it also doesn't tie you down. Do you feel like owning a house would tie you down to a location?
I mean, some people, it's whatever you prefer. Like if you want to be in that area for a while and you in a position to make the purchase and you want to own an asset and you want to, build that equity, then buying a house could be right for you. It kind of comes down to what people want to do, whether they want to, if they know they want to be in that area for a while and they want to acquire an asset and they want to, build that equity and they have the funds, then buying a house could be right for them. But if they know, hey, you know what? I don't know what the next few years of my life's going to bring. Like, I got some funds. Like, let me just land this apartment for a year or two, continue to save, figure out what my career is going to look like, what my life's going to look like. So it's kind of that personal choice. Everybody's different.
Mm. Yeah, that's true. It depends on what you want for the rest of your life, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
Um,
what's nice about rentals. You could get a year lease
mhm.
and continue to save, or whatever.
Or you could live there forever if you really
Yeah,
wanted.
and that's fine. Some people prefer doing that. Everybody's different. So as long as you know both options and where you're at with both options, then I think that choice is up to you.
All right, cool. All right, so let's go into another fan question. I'm going to scroll through quick. All right. All right, let's see. No, there's so many stupid questions. Let me see what the. All right. How has the current market affected dream home searches in terms of pricing and availability?
Yeah, so the market, like around here in South Dakota, low inventory, so you don't got a lot of houses, and the rates are doing better. But when the rates were a little bit higher, it's still very competitive, right? You got a lot of people trying to buy a house, and a lot of people don't want to sell because they probably got a low interest rate. They don't want to turn around and then have to go buy a house with a high interest rate. So that definitely
Right.
limits some sellers, right? They're like, huh, because they got to
Yeah.
turn around and buy most likely, unless they don't, where they can move into with the spouse's house. But
Mhm. Isn't there like something now where you can take that interest rate you have on your current mortgage and move it to the next house? Or I might be
I don't
misunderstanding,
think
but I
so.
just remember like something that was like supposed to be implemented to avoid that issue, so that way people could buy new houses. But
Not,
maybe
I'm not
not.
sure. I'm not. I
Okay.
don't think so because I think a lot of people, like around COVID, refinanced, myself included, in one of my
Mhm.
houses, and I have like a 2.1% interest rate.
Okay,
Now,
nice.
my new house, I have 7.1.
Oh,
So exactly,
okay,
so
that's a
that's what.
huge difference. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people out there with those low interest rates, and that's what's kind of holding it back from selling is they got to turn around and buy. So
Mm,
it's
okay.
worth it, where you got a lot of people out there that are trying to find a house, uh, buyers that may not own a house yet, and they're looking to move. So you always can refinance down the road if the rates go down, but you just gotta, see how urgent you want to go and where you're currently positioned as a, strength of a buyer, but that's kind of what's going on.
Gotcha. All right. So it all depends on how the timing is, and what the interest rate
That's
is at that moment, and
Yeah.
then you can always refinance. So down the line, you
If
know.
they go down, yeah, you
Okay.
talk to the a lender and see if it makes sense to refinance if you can.
Yeah. Because you wouldn't want to refinance to get a higher interest rate. That wouldn't make any sense. So you
Exactly,
want to
because
make the
remember,
rate
there's
lower. And
yeah,
yeah.
right.
All right. All right. Cool. 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 So let's see. If you weren't a realtor, what completely different career would you have chosen?
Whoa, look at that. The EMF is spiking. This is incredible. Stay right there. I'm getting this on camera. Unbelievable. Yes, evidence at last.
Well, I'm not good enough to be a professional athlete, so can't follow any dreams there.
Well,
But I don't know, maybe being like a teacher, like working with kids and like trying to set a good example, and maybe being like a coach too, and just kind of being around the youth and just trying to like motivate them and be a good example in their lives and have fun at a school and
okay. I could see you
something
as
like
like a
that.
high school math teacher or like
Not
maybe a
math. I
gym
would say
teacher.
not math.
Not math? Oh,
That's
okay.
probably my worst subject. But
Really? All right. All right.
yeah, I
Okay.
don't know. Like even if it was a gym teacher, like
Hmm.
something, just being around the kids, and being involved in sports too, and just kind of being a good role model and a leader and motivating them to be good student athletes
Okay. All right. To try to help them make their lives easier and better, et cetera, et cetera.
and set them up for the future, long term.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know.
Right. Right. That's important. All
Yeah.
right. Next one. If you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be, and what would you ask them?
Hmm. Maybe Thomas Edison and
Okay.
learning about all his inventions and kind of his thought process and learning about that time and you know
And you were named after Thomas Edison, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what my brother jokes with me.
Yeah. 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 That's what I figured.
He
And
calls
then,
me Edison
because
sometimes.
you're Tommy Despard the third, so like your dad would have been named after him, and then your grandfather would have been named after him as well. So all right, so you're Tommy Despard the third. So your
Yep.
dad was the second, and then your
Junior.
grandfather was the first. So he was the one that was originally named after Thomas Edison. Then
Exactly. Must have been.
okay, okay. Was he really smart? Was that why
He liked light bulbs, I guess. No, I don't
he
know.
liked light bulbs? Okay, all right. Well, I mean, a lot of people like light bulbs. That gives us the ability to see at night. And very useful tool. You know,
Yeah,
it changed the entire world. So,
that it did.
but I heard it was originally created to be something for free, and then somebody got killed, and now it we're charged an arm and the leg for electricity. But it was originally supposed to be given to us like freely. Whoever had invented it, and then they were greedy. Somebody else got greedy and got in the way.
Bastards.
Yeah, but I could be remembering that story wrong, but that's it's coming to my mind now. So who knows if that's true or not?
Yeah, at this point. Yeah.
I'm not a history teacher. I'm a podcaster, and yeah.
Yeah.
But all right, cool. So let's go on to one more question, and then we can call it a day. All right. What if my dream home is on the moon so I can jump really high? Will realtors have spaceships to bring me there? Asking for
Hopefully,
a friend.
hopefully soon.
Okay, so you'll be able to sell houses on Mars then, right?
That long-term plan, yeah. Or
Okay.
my or the youth I inspire can do it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It might take a little more than 5 years before we're completely like colonized on there, you know.
Yeah,
But the first house that's built, I guarantee you can be the guy that sells it. You
I'd
know,
like to be.
try if you try,
I'll
you can be
break
the
into the
first. Yeah, be
the
the
outer
first
space
person to
market.
sell a house on Mars. You know,
Yeah,
you got to talk to Elon Musk. I think that's the only person that would be able to like set you up with that opportunity right now.
I know. That's
Um,
exactly who I was thinking about.
yeah, because I don't know who else like is even trying to go to Mars or trying to set up any kind of civilization outside of Earth. But like that's probably the only guy that has the technology and know how. And he might not even know
Exactly.
how to do it, but he's gonna at least know the people that know how to do it. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So all right, we'll get you in touch with Elon, and you can start being his official real estate agent on Mars, and you can help get everybody colonized.
that sounds good to me.
Yeah, sounds like a really cool dream job, honestly. And I don't know how you would manifest that, but like that would be a lot of fun, and I think it would put you like, literally on another planet,
Yeah,
Um,
out of this world.
so out of this world, yeah, that would be an out of this world dream job,
Yes, it would be.
in every sense of the phrase. So, all right, cool. So, is there anything else you want to share before we go?
Yeah, we didn't really talk about kind of my intro to real estate and kind of what
Oh
got
yeah,
me
yeah,
going
yeah.
there.
Let's get into that because I know we've talked on it before, but not in the podcast today.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was at a point in my life where I wanted more money for my family. I found out I was going to be a dad for the first time and kind of outgrowing our living space. And I'm like, damn, like at my current job I was at, getting paid bi-weekly as a W-2 employee after paying bills, I was just thinking about it. I'm like, how does anyone, unless your salary is extremely high, like how are you saving enough to buy another house?
Mm,
Right. And I'm like, just being realistic with myself and like, that's not going to happen anytime soon for me. So what else can I do? And that was my motivation to think of, okay, what are my skills? Who do I know? Like what would be something that I maybe would want to do that could bring me more money? And I thought of real estate. I'm like, wow, I know a lot of people. I think that would be cool. If I get licensed, I bet someone at some point would consider me to buy or sell a house. So that's when I called my friend's mom, who we've talked about before, Kelly Duncan, and I asked her what she thought about someone being a part-time agent. And she was like, yeah, go ahead. I think it's a great idea. Definitely can be done. And give me a call once you get licensed. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to just kind of give this a shot. I'm going to stay positive. I'm not going to get mad. I'm going to do my best not to get frustrated on how things go. And I'm really just going to think long term. So I went and I got licensed. I did it this accelerated course. It was 40 hours of schoolwork. I did it on 2 weekends, Saturday, Sunday, 10 days, one weekend. Same thing next weekend. And I was eligible to take the test. So I actually failed the test the first time because, being an accelerated course, you kind of rip through the book, and I had to go back and then really focus on like the practice tests. And then they also gave me a sheet of paper which told me how many questions from each chapter was going to be on the book, which would have been helpful if I had that the first
mm,
time. You know,
yeah.
like the paper said, like, hey, chapter 10, there'd be like 14 questions. You can go and prioritize that. So
Okay.
for anyone who's ever taken the test, I don't know, it's been a few years since I've done it, but definitely ask about that sheet of paper because that's a game changer when you know areas to focus on.
Game changer. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So then, when you first found out that you were becoming a father, what was going through your head? Like aside from the I need to get a bigger place and I need to be able to afford it. Like what were you
Like,
happy? Were you looking forward to it?
yeah, it was definitely it was unexpected, honestly. And at first my thought was like, wow, like I guess I wasn't really ready for this. But that was just kind of self-doubt, when in actuality I was in a good spot to be a father. I had a good job, had my own house, like great support system, a girl I'm with that I love, like all those things. But sometimes you can have a different perspective of how things are going to go in your life, but you just got to roll with it because it's just because things don't go a certain way that you maybe have thought doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Mm-hmm. And, looking back now, it was a blessing, and I'm so happy. And that was a big motivating factor. Okay, I'm going to be a dad now. I want to be able to do things. I don't want to just live paycheck to paycheck. I want to be an awesome provider and have fun and have a bigger house and be able to do things for my family. So that was a big push for me.
Absolutely. All right, cool. So when people need a dream home, they can get in touch with you at Tommy DreamHome and then or just DM you or whatever,
Yeah.
But we'll definitely help people find their dream homes. That sounds really cool. I'm glad that you got this career going for yourself. And is there anything else that you want to share?
I think that's it. Real estate can be an overwhelming thing to kind of know where you're at and what you want to do and how to make that possible. But I just recommend reach out to me with any questions you have, and we can get you the clarity you need and make you understand, where you're at and what's it going to take to do what you want to do.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for making the time today. And we'll definitely have you on again in future episodes. I'll get some, more educated fan questions, I guess.
Yeah, I know. I got a peculiar fan base, huh?
Yeah, sift through them a little more before I read them out, probably, which is what I'll do.
No, that's funny though. That's funny.
Yeah. And then there was one question. I didn't read the full thing, but it was something about having a pool of chocolate milk, and I was like, all right, well, I don't know, but everybody's got their own version of what they want their dream home to be.
That's right.
Some people want a pool of chocolate milk to slide into,
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, all right. Well, thank you again for joining us, and we'll see you again in the future.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Bye, everybody.
All right. Later.
All right. See ya.
All right, let's find some ghosts. This detector is picking up something. In here, the readings are spiking. Whoa, there you are. Got the proof.
Tommy Despard's always by your side. Works real hard to find your space. Reliable with a smiling face. Tommy Despard, he's the one you call. Friendly and steady, he's got it all. Next home you lead with heart and might. He'll find your dream home, day or night. From dawn to dusk, he's on the grind. A harder worker you won't find. With Nexum tools and that orange pup, Tommy's the guy to lift you up. Tommy Despard, he's the one you call. Friendly and steady, he's got it all. Next home elite, with heart and might. He'll find your dream home, day or night. So trust in Tommy, he's your friend. Reliable realtor till the end. Tommy DreamHome, your trusted name. Western Mass, he's winning the game. Reach out now, he's your guide. Tommy DreamHome is by your side. Call him up or send a DM. DreamHome hunting never ends. So, Tommy DreamHome, your trusted name. Western Tommy DreamHome is by your side. Call him up or send a DM. Yeah. Dream home hunting never ends. Yeah, you're scrolling late night, dreaming big views, white picket fences, or a penthouse view from CT coast to Mass out west. Tommy DreamHome, gonna get you the best. He's showing up early, staying up late, every detail handled, every move straight. Contracts tight, no stress, no guess. You found the right one, you can finally rest. When it's time to move, don't roll the dice. He's got your back, yeah, he's that nice. Tommy DreamHome, open that door, turn your dream into something more. From Connecticut to Mass out west, he don't settle, he gets you the best. Tommy DreamHome, yeah, you know the name. Trust in the process, win the game. Buy it, sell it, level up your life. He's your guy, yeah, he gets it right. Negotiation sharp, yeah, he plays it smart. Knows the market inside his heart. Every showing like it's VIP. Finding that place where you're meant to be. Honest talk, no run around. Solid deals, yeah, they get done now. Going above, beyond the call. If it's your dream, he's all in all. Keys in hand, yeah, that's the goal. He don't stop till you're in control. Tommy DreamHome, open that door, turn your dream into something more. From Connecticut to Mass out west, he don't settle, he gets you the best. Tommy DreamHome, yeah, you know the name. Trust in the process, win the game. Buy it, sell it, level up your life. He's your guy, yeah, he gets it right. Big moves, new views, fresh start feeling. Every house he shows got that dream home healing. Reliable, real, yeah, the truth don't bend. Not just your realtor, he's your closer, your friend. Tommy DreamHome, make it real. Sign that line, close that deal. From CT down to Mass line strong, he's been working for you all along. Tommy DreamHome, say it again. From first look to the very end. Dream it, live it, that's the theme. Turn your life to a dream home dream. Home dream. Oh. 5 a.m. glow, city still sleeping, mind already running. I'm 10 moves deep in, game plan mapped out, vision HD. No brain fog here, that's not me. Steam rising slow from the cup in my hand. Ideas light up like I drew up the plan. Every rep counts, every thought sharp. Fuel for the grind and the creative spark. This ain't just caffeine in a cup, there's that clarity when it's crunch time. What's up when the pressure hits? I don't panic, I see the whole board clear in front of me. Go, go, go! Coach's cognitive coffee, money roll coffee, that's the key. Stay locked in, stay focused, stay ready, mind steady, vision heavy. Coach's cognitive coffee, money roll coffee, fueling me when the stakes get high and the lights get bright. I'm sharp all day, I'm locked all night. Podcast mic on, headphones tight. Big ideas coming left and right. No hesitation, no delay. Clear decisions every day. From the chessboard moves to the business plays. From the gym floor grind to the long work days. It's mental edge in every sip. Confidence steady, no slip. You can feel a shift when it kicks in clean. Tunnel vision, but the picture's seen. Not hype, just clarity. Built for longevity. Go, go, go! Yeah. No vibes. No hope. We came with a plan. Yeah, no guessing, no fear when the cage door slams. Every move mapped out, that's a fight plan. Round by round, we don't wing it, man. Train smart, fight clean, that's a fight plan. Camp clock ticking, sweat on the floor. Data on the tablet, not a prayer anymore. We know where you win, we know where you fall. So we don't chase knockouts, we collect rounds all. Distance control, don't bite on the bait. If he blitzes early, let him gas, let him break. No ego in the pocket, no pride in the fire. We survive, then we rise, then we drown as desire. When the lights get loud and the mind gets tight, this ain't improv, this is chess in a fight. No guessing, no fear when the cage door slams. Every move mapped out, that's a fight plan. Round by round, we don't wing it, man. Train smart, fight clean, that's a fight plan. If this happens, do this. If that fails, reset. Win the round, then the fight. No vibes, no hope, just facts in hands. Pressure with purpose, that's a fight plan. Walk out calm, walk out the man. Smart beats tough, that's a fight plan. Digital corner, real results. Fight plan. A coma is just a comma in your life. Trust and believe everything will be alright. Be alright. You ain't done yet, you just pause mid-fall in your life. Trust and believe everything will be alright. Be alright. You ain't done yet, you just pause mid-fall. Trust and believe everything will be alright. You ain't done yet, you just pause mid-fall. I was walking through the jungle with my people by my side. Didn't know that in the moment I'd be fighting for my life. Felt the world start spinning, colors all fade to white. Next thing I knew, I was falling out of sight. Heard voices in the darkness saying, coach, hold tight. But the fear in Queen Jeezy had me wanting to fight. Dreams turn to storms when you can't stand the bright. But every storm breaks when you step into the light. A coma is just a comma in your life. Trust and believe everything will be alright. Be alright. You ain't done yet, you just paused it. Trust and believe everything will be alright. You ain't done yet, you just paused mid-fight. In the hospital bed, trying to piece back time. Maya told me, breathe, one step you'll climb. Truth lying, drop facts while the monitors chime. Said your brain hit a wall, but your hope still shines. Juji made jokes when the nights felt long. Panda read stories, keeping my heart strong. Hilarious hood pulled pranks, but he meant no wrong. And Stamps hustled songs when the pressure felt on. Every dream I battled was a lesson in disguise. Every fall just a setup for a stronger rise. When Queen JC cried, man, it opened my eyes. I ain't quitting on my people, ain't no goodbye. A coma is just a comma in your life. Trust and believe everything will be alright. Be alright. You ain't done yet, you just pause mid-fight. Trust and believe everything will be alright. You ain't done yet, you just pause mid-fight. He's good. He's more than good. He's still winning. A setback ain't a sentence. It's just a pause in the paragraph. I woke up with a vision and a fire in my chest. Every scar I carry is a reason I'm blessed. Life hit hard, but I hit back twice. Yeah, I'm alright.
Thank you to my sponsor, Coma Dreams. A coma is just a comma in your life. Tonight proved that you pause, you breathe, and you finish the sentence. We did that, we finished
You
it.
looked unstoppable out there.
I didn't quit. Coma Dreams prove comebacks are real. Thank you, coach. I told y'all, no matter how deep it gets, wake up and fight.
Coma Dreams stayed with me
it reminded me not to take any day for granted. Just being healthy, training, and showing up is something to be thankful for.
I didn't expect this, but Coma Dreams actually hit me. Watching Coach go through that made me realize how fragile life is and why you don't waste your shot. This isn't a movie, it's life. It is what it is.
You know, I didn't expect to get hit this hard by a film, but Coma Dreams just wrecked me in the best way. The way it showed someone fighting their way back, step by step, it felt honest, like rolling here on the mats.
All right, I watched Coma Dreams, and I'm going to tell you, Coach's recovery, that was truly inspiring. That's a story worth watching.
I've chased titles my whole life. Coma Dreams reminded me the real prize is waking up and getting another chance. I'm grateful. Thank you, Coach. I've been knocked down more times than I can count. Coma Dreams reminded me, you never quit, you keep standing back up.
Shout out to Coma Dreams. A coma is just a comma in your life. We finished the sentence and we finished the fight. Thank you, Coach.
Congratulations on the win. What's the message tonight?
Train by day, Coma Dreams by night, all day.